So we'll move on to the kitchen unit. They're quite a good kitchen. I haven't got it all set up here, but little big fridge, still a bit in it. I haven't cleaned it out yet. Works beautifully as a fridge freezer. So you can see big fridge area there, freezer, still full of coolers from when I was coming back from the hot weather. Plenty of storage there. Works really well. Now, there's more storage down here. So storage under there, you can use for whatever you want. Now, personally myself, I didn't use this cooking area. I preferred to cook out in the open a little bit more, and I often cooked over the fire when I could have a fire going. So that cooking area hasn't been used a great deal. It does have hot and cold running water that you just plug in. You just plug the two hoses in once you've pulled it out, and that'll give you hot and cold running water. There's a massive storage over here. These two drawers, I used to use that for my pots and such. Storage down here, I used to use that for some tin food, and I'd throw spices and that in there. I've thrown my fry pan in there at this stage. Tons of storage. This drawer comes out. You can see this is where you store your poles, in there, and then it's got an absolutely massive storage area in there, and too much space for me. I tend to, my first trip when I started doing some test trips, I found that I was just putting so much stuff in because I had all that storage, and I only used about 5% of it. But yeah, if you've got kids, an additional thing, good spot to throw your beer, and no end of storage. You can also see in the cab here, now we're talking storage, there's a massive storage area in there, and then again you've got storage in the front as well. Massive amount of storage. Now this is what was the top of the line drifter, so it's got a lot of other features, but the kitchen, you'll see, now this folds out. You see this folds out here. So that little end piece folds out, guys, gives you a bit more space. But what you'll notice down here is these two holes. And what comes with the camper is the IGT table, which is just fantastic. It has inserts, so there's two flat bits to work on, and there's an insert, a charcoal cooker. Fantastic charcoal cooker, hardly used, that inserts that as well. In addition to that, there is a drifter timber top table also that comes off of here, and they'll all come out quite a ways. Both come out quite a ways, and in fact you can have the IGT come off of there, and then the other table come off this way to give you a nice little square kitchen and more work area, more bench area that I have at home. That's for sure. Fantastic kitchen. They are claimed to be very good. Once you get the knack of pulling them out and setting them up, they're really simple to sort out. So big kitchen area, fantastic kitchen for cooking. You can have you can have one thing cooking here, and then cooking your steaks on a charcoal burner with a table that comes out here on the IGT insert. If you want in-depth descriptions of that, just look up the dot drifters on YouTube, and Luke Sutton's got no end of videos when these were in full production. So it has a really good shower or water system on it. Oh, I'll just pick up the little lever and lock it out. So that just locks out like that. You've got your gas hot water system. That works real good. Hoses and connections in here. Simply connects from here to the gas bottle, around the other side. That needs good clean, but all the hoses you need in there. So it's a great system. There is a printout there showing you how to hook up, because it takes you a few cracks. Drawer externally, water in to your gas here, water out into here, and you do a few connections, and you've got hot water that runs to the front as well. Two 90 litre tanks, front tank, rear tank, external drawer with a bit of switching up here. It's a really good setup, and once you get your head around it, it's not complex, but you do it a couple of times and you've got it sorted. Everything's valved, which is fantastic. The pump's easily accessible, never had any troubles with it, touch wood. But the pump's fantastic, and I used to also have my shower hose here. I used to mount it just there, and when I did the washing up, I had hot water for washing up, which is fantastic. Still all needs a good clean, guys, but I'm getting there. We got the shower tent. I won't put it out. It's not a one-handed job, but the shower tent's still perfectly good. It's very much like you see, like the kick-ass shower tents and such. And that just folds out here. You have your shower tent just off the side here, a couple of poles, stake it down, and you've got your hot water supply and your shower unit there with, it's simply just a shower head, like you see on a lot of the these types of setups. Nice long hose, bracket that clips onto the side of the shower top, and you're good to go. To be honest, guys, I've only used the shower tent maybe 3 times, because most of the time when I'm out bush, I'm remote enough to just have a shower without the tent. So we'll just step back, have a little bit of a look at what she looks like from a distance, and you can see, guys, they're a great setup. They're a massive camper. It's on a bit of a slope here, actually. And you'll see, if you come across my channel, you'll see that some of the setups I've had and some of the ways I've cooked on Old Fella's Travels. But the last 7 months has been all prospecting, and like I say, there is a bit of red dust staining, but we can talk about that if it particularly disturbs you and you are interested in the camper. It has no damage. Everything's still working. The battery's still good. 140 amp hour lithium from Safari, and everything's just still ticking along real nice. It hasn't done a lot of rough country, guys. So with the air suspension, guys, you have a fall system here. I'll just close that lid down. Everything's on gas struts, so it's all easy to use. All the struts are still working just fine. So this Cruise Master setup has actually got a large compressor in there and a tank, and it not only is it for adjusting your suspension and you're keeping your airbags with air, but it also doubles as an airline. So you've got your line out here. I often use it to pump my tyres up, and often more than not I use it to blow the camper off before I open it up if it's got a bit dusty going somewhere. It's been very difficult to clean. These will come off, but the film of that fine white dust up in the gold fields is extremely difficult to get off. So I'm still working on that. You've got, this is actually a wood box or charcoal box for your wood or your charcoal. I generally use it to store my washing detergent, anything that might leak that you don't want making a mess inside the other storage area. So my washing detergents, my car wash, my dog wash, gold cleaning, my gold cleaning stuff, any of that sort of items that I don't want to leak anywhere else, I generally put in there. But I have used it for charcoal when I wasn't travelling Australia and just going away on weekends. The big benefit of this is, if we have a look down here, you can see that there's a marker under there, which correct ride height is that marker should be pretty much level with the top of the tyre. And that's because the height is adjustable. So if we have a look here, we have these 2 levers for the right hand side and for the left hand side, and you can drop and raise the suspension so you can pull in somewhere, and it's probably about 125, maybe even 150 mil of full adjustment if you have one side fully down, the other side fully up. I've never been in a position where I haven't been able to level the camper. So I'll just move around to the wheel. So if we have a look here, and you'll see that you can lower it down, and this applies to both sides, or you can push it up. And there's quite a lot of adjustment, guys. Look, I'll take it right up, and it'll go further, but then you can also drop it down to the stops when you can. And that's how much difference you have in the adjustment. So it's probably even 200 mil, but like I say, I've never had to push it to the full amount, and it's always been able to level out. And as you see, that's the gentler adjustment. That's your ride height. So you set both of them to that ride height when you're finished, if you have made changes to your leveling, and away you go. It's got a bubble on the front on the drawbar for the adjustment height, but I've always intended to put just put one here somewhere, but I've never got around to it. But it's a fantastic setup, and like I say, only came with the top of the line campers. The lower down campers didn't have that feature. That entire section there was a wood box, and they used to run leaf springs. But you can see here, massive amounts of storage. Once again, oh, there's my chair falling out. Massive amount of storage, and additional storage here as well. So on this side, I generally have all my barbecue stuff on this side. At some of the dot setups. What else? Oh yeah, the charcoal burner preparation container that you use. There's a gutter here that goes in between the slides on the railway track, in between the back of over the kitchen, that forms a gutter so you don't get water dripping down into your kitchen area if it's raining. There's a few extra bits and pieces that come with it, guys. There's another little table that comes off your table that goes around the fire pit. So you can have a bit of a table sitting next to the fire. You've got somewhere to put your beers and your plates and your nibblies. So there's a few pieces come in it. There is another table that comes with it, a metal top table that I used to use to do my washing up on, because I much preferred to have my washing up here. But there is a few bits and pieces. There's also a brand new bunker swag tent. Comes with it, never been used. Not the deluxe, the standard one, which is actually a much better bunker swag. So that's included, never been used. Hoses are included. There's a few other bits and pieces that are included. There's quite a few, and 10 minutes to list individually. But basically, except for chairs, this camp will have everything ready to go. All you need to do is buy yourself some food, throw in a couple of chairs, and you'll have everything else, fire pit and all included. Talking electrics, this is the top of the line dot, as I said. We pop that open. This will still be a little bit messy. I haven't got to clean this yet. It's got the full red vision set up here, so you can see you can control all your lights from here, and I've got it locked at the moment. But you can see it's fully charged, and the reason it's fully charged, this hasn't been plugged into power for probably, I used to plug it in power maybe once a week every month if power was available, just to give those batteries a nice little tickle along. But basically this hasn't been plugged into power. I haven't used this drawn power on this camper for 12 months, purely and simply because I've had new solar panels put on the top. They'd only be 14 months old at the most. They're two of the new Victron panels. We'll go and have a look actually. And on a day like today, when you've got full sun, you can be down to 60% in the morning. If you hadn't charged for a couple of days, whack that up, and within 3 hours you're fully charged. And from the car, when you charge from the car, it's charged extremely quickly. So it does charge. If you've got the Anderson plug fitted on your car, it'll charge from the car as well. In fact, with the Red Arc Red Vision system, it'll actually charge from both. So whatever's generating the highest current, it'll take in, and then it'll use a trickle on the other. Fantastic setup. They are remote as well. You've got stats, you can see your flows, you can see your draw. You know, you can have a look and see your state of charge over the days. And I used to use this one a bit, the solar energy that you've generated per day via your solar panels. But if you have a look, you can see that you know, 1006 watt was generated on the 13th of March. So, and like I say, this hasn't been plugged into power to get those inputs. You can see the cloudy days. 639 is more than enough wattage to bring your batteries up from 60%. 60%. You know, 759. But you can see today it's already pushed in 751 watt, and it's only 3:30, so it's great system. And I just love it. You can control everything from here, and the other thing that I do like is you can see your water levels from here, so you can follow your water levels as well, which is really good. So the power system is all in the front box. It's a bit of a mess at the moment because I'm still cleaning up and I've thrown things in and out. But underneath here is under this box is all your Red Arc provision, the Red Arc manager, the Red Arc input controller. It'll take charge from 240 volt, take charge from Anderson plug from your car. It'll take charge from the solar panels on the roof. And if it's a really cloudy day and you're not getting a great deal of solar from the roof, you can plug your external solar panel in there. And at times I have, because I've been parked in the shade a bit, at times, because I know I can just throw my second panel in there, so I throw a 150 watt, a 200 watt blanket in there, and she ensures that she comes up to charge. Your air there's a 350 watt red arc inverter in there that I had installed, and that feeds out there. This table here actually comes out of the drawers, so it just slides in on top of the storage drawer at the back. I had that made myself, and to slide in, so I could sit down somewhere, and I had a computer table to work on my YouTube channel videos and such. So we'll move on to the rooftop tent. I'm just videoing this with my phone, by the way, guys, so it might be a bit shaky. And there's no end of traffic. It's the only spot I could find to set up today, because I am on the road. These rooftop tents are just fantastic. They're large, they're airy. You know, they've got canvas and the Migi mesh on both sides and on the front. Little tabs there. You can just put that main one back on the Velcro. I could have been a bit neater. Sirocco fan, light inside, up the back corner, 2 charge points, USB along with cigarette lighter type. These pockets here are fantastic. I put stuff in there and just leave them in there while I'm camping. It's very easy to put up and very easy to close. And as you can see, I've actually got my swag in here. So I've got a swag with a full mattress in it and a sleeping bag, and my pillow, which I moved just when I was opening up. My pillow stays in the area as well, guys. I normally put it at the top, so you can have a full set of bedding in this, and this is a full queen size, full size mattress. Very comfortable, like sleeping at home, and you can have all your bedding in here and still close this rooftop down, which is fantastic. So it's just a matter of popping up the rooftop. The awning out the front, sometimes I just roll up and clip up the top if I'm only staying overnight and it's a nice night. I don't always go to the trouble of putting the front awning all the way out. But very comfortable living, and the bed is just fantastic. The Sirocco fan, beautiful and quiet, keeps that breeze going. I've actually had an air conditioner running up here, a little portable air conditioning run up here when I was in Leonora and the temperatures were getting up around the 38, and that before I left. So, but there it is, guys. If you're interested in getting yourself a dot, this could be the one for you. I hope that's enough information and it's covered everything you might want to know. If not, just flick me an email and I can certainly fix you up with any additional information. Cheers.